We will start with this roll in the perfect spot. You got to find that perfect spot for you. So we'll start. So I want you to kind of take it more to the middle of the scapula, kind of between like center of the shoulder blade. Support your head. And then you're going to lift your pelvis up. Okay, and don't put any pressure in those feet because I don't want any hamstring cramps yet. So we're going to pull the roller, pull your butt towards your heels. Let your head fall over that roller. Open those elbows. And then nice and slow with the weight of your body, push into the feet. And just let that back feel that roller, the heaviness on the upper back. And then chin comes to chest. And you kind of look down to the belly. And then you pull the heels to the knees. So as you're going through this, maybe you start out kind of a little cautious. So just kind of work into it. Go really slow. So I want you to feel the muscles kind of getting that pressure into them where they're getting loosened up. And then just go as big as you want. Remember, the body is super heavy on top of the roller. So you're resting the weight of that upper back on the roller, and then coming up all the way to the shoulders, and we'll take a little pause here. So the pelvis is lifted. I want you to side curl. So pull that right elbow toward that right knee, and you're on the shoulder blade area. And when you get into that curl, let's just push in and out. So you're going to push and pull through the feet. Let that head be heavy. Support your head with the hands. I don't want you to feel any neck. And just roll out. And maybe go a little bigger, but you're kind of sideways now in that side curl. We'll go one more, really heavy on the roller, and then come to center, and we'll switch. So left elbow reaching toward that left knee. Got that little curl. And you're just rolling out the shoulder blade. And then come back to center. So I'm going to have you come right down to your neck. Okay. And the hands are going to go long beside you, and palms are going to be up, and I want to have you rotate those shoulders. So you're really rolling them open and kind of back, but no push into the shoulders. Let them relax. And then with a little pressure in the back side of that head and that neck, I want you to turn the head right ear toward the roller, little push, and then pull that left shoulder down. And then a little press into the back side of the head, and we'll go over to the left. And pay attention to where you feel any kind of stress. So if one side feels different, kind of target that stretch. And maybe go a little bigger, but make sure those shoulders are open, nice and wide and relaxed. And then we're going to turn one more time to the left, and we'll go back to our right. And we're going to dip the ear toward the right side. Now dip the chin. This is terrible. Dip the chin toward that right shoulder. So as you're here, I want you to reach that left arm out to the side. So reach to that kind of T with that arm. Reach it out to the side like you're reaching those fingers across the room. Chin is dipped. Now come back to center. Bring that arm down. You, we're going the other way. So left ear, and as the left ear kind of turns, and your head turns toward that roller, reach that right arm up and then reach it away. So only go as big as it feels good for you, but I want you to feel as much as that kind of front of the arm stretch, I want you to feel that back side too. And then come back. We're going to do that one more time. So it's the ear to the right shoulder, dip the chin down, and then reach that arm out to the side, reach through the fingers, reach. And one more time to the left. So ear to the roller, dip the chin, slide that hand up, and then reach it away. Pull those shoulders apart, kind of relax that opposite shoulder. And then come back down. So we're going to take that roller, and we're going to go parallel, okay? So I'm going to have you guys come up gracefully. I always say that. I know every transition should be very graceful. So I know as graceful as you can, right? So we're just going to stretch, no work side of your head really, really supported on that roller and not hanging over the edge. So adjust as you need to. And I'm totally almost off the camera. But we're going to reach those arms out to that T shape, okay? And then let those shoulders kind of roll open and feel the shoulder blades kind of wrapped around that roller. Now reach those fingers out to a T shape and then bring those hands up to the ceiling, palms rotated in and open as wide as you can. And just try to find that stretch across the front side of the body. And then as you close, like you're scooping up air between the arms, we'll go one more time. And then from here, I want you to make kind of a goalpost with the arms. So if your hands don't stay on the mat, that's fine. Bend at the elbows, palms are to the ceiling, fingertips are reaching behind you. And you're just going to slide the arms up, elbows up, kind of making windshield wipers. Hands are really above the head, fingertips reach towards each other, and then draw those elbows down. And don't make this move big if it bothers your shoulders. But you may feel, like I do, I feel this a lot, my kind of all the muscles between my shoulder blades are rolling over the top of that roller. And I get to one part where one muscle kind of feels like a speed bump. And it kind of settles, and then I go a little farther. And then bring those arms along beside you. I'm going to have you rotate palms down. And we're just going to bridge. Nothing big here. So feet are comfortable. You can make them wide. I want you to find, as you imprint on an exhale, that every part of that spine is connected except the tailbone is lifted. You're pulling your belly tight. Ribs are pulling down. We're going to bridge ourselves up one bone at a time. So the roller gives you really good feedback. So as you're rolling down, find every vertebrae on the top kind of apex of that roller, and then relax. We'll go 3 more of those. So nice and easy. Pull the belly down. As soon as the tailbone picks up, push down into the feet. Hold or reach those knees like you're reaching them over the toes as you roll yourself down. Chest is really open, shoulders are relaxed. You've got 2 more. And belly is tight. Just a little warm up of the spine, roll it. And last one. So remember, as you work through this, try to stay stable on the top of the roller. Try not to let it shift side to side. And there's your last one. And we're going to stay here. So we're going to go back to that side curl, but hands will stay on the floor. So I'm going to curl over to my right, and I'm going to shift my hips to the left. My head is going to turn to the right. Making that kind of side curl on the left, or really opening up the left, side curl on the right, and then come back to center. And then turn the head to the left, push that hip right side out as you curl on the left, and then back to center, and we'll go one more time. That's really good.
It feels good.
It feels so good, right? I know. I could stay here really, literally all day. We're just shifting side to side. And you're going to take a pause there. Roll off gracefully to one side of your roller. You're going to bring that roller behind the knees. And then we're going to come up to a seated position. Okay, so maybe start in the center of your mat. We're going to be seated on the roller. Maybe you guys can do that before. So this is not as much a massage as a little bit of a kind of curl and warming up the belly. So the sitting bones are right in front of that roller. Hands are going to come down to the mat behind you. And you're just going to open up the chest. So this is your starting spot and your ending spot every time we do this. So we're going to extend the legs long. And from here, we're going to pull the hips back, using the belly, rolling over the top of those hamstrings. And yes, I rolled right over my fingers. And try to reach the toes across the room as you come up, open in the shoulders. Pull the belly in, really get that big curl, tuck the chin to the chest, and then press the roller out using the hands, toes reach across the room. Should feel good too, I hope. Really get into that big curl. I want you to feel that curl in the spine as you shift forward and back. There's 2, no knees, no hips today. Sorry. And gently too. And one more. And nice and slow, come off the roller. We're gonna put our feet down, go sit down on our mat. We'll set the roller aside, and we're getting right into it. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna, sorry guys, butt faced you. Okay, so we're gonna come down to our forearms. Okay, we're gonna work on this upper back as much as the belly. So we'll come down to our forearms and also get ready because we're gonna get into a side plank at some point here too. So make sure you're kind of centered on your mat. We'll send one leg out behind us. We'll send the other leg out. Try to line your shoulders up right over those elbows and keep them there. So feet can be wide, your toes are curled under. You're holding it here. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Open up that back, okay? Pull your chest away from the floor by pushing into the elbows. Tighten the belly, and then think about where you want to go with your pelvis. Okay, so I kind of start at the crown of my head and work my way down. So from here, I want you to pull the shoulder blades together in the back as you drop the chest. Okay, neck is long. And then push into the elbows and round that upper back. So this is your upper back work for the day. And press into the elbows. So you're just sliding the chest in between the forearms down, pulling the shoulders back, and pushing away. And we'll go 3 more. Press it up. It's a sneaky way to get in a plank and there's 2. And you can really round that upper back. And here's 1. Find your perfect plank. Pull the belly up. Now push into the toes as you shift forward. And then flex into the ankles as you push into the elbows and slide back. And you can always do this modified on the knees. Okay. So push back. And if you need to take that break, go down to the knees. Try it there. Let's go for 2. Keeping your belly as tight as you can. And here's your last one. Press it out. Neck is long. Come back to center. You're just going to drop the ankles to the right, or heels, sorry, to the right. Come down to that right arm. Bring the arm up. From here, you're just going to take a little pause. Yes, you are. Pull that right side up. You can always come down to both knees too. Neck is long. Come back to your center. And now drop the heels to the left. Come onto that left elbow as you reach the right arm. Hold it, really engage that bottom oblique. And then come back to center. Right here, we're going to shift back into a pike. Okay? Press the hips up, ears between the biceps, press into the hands, open up, really push into the chest like you're opening up the back, and then shift into your and press it up. Flat spine, tailbone lifting to the ceiling, belly is tight, and shift back to plank. So 1 more. And press into those elbows and hands as you lift the tailbone up. My nose comes to the floor. And back into that plank. Drop the knees down, open up the knees, press yourself back into that big child pose. And while you're here, drop the forehead, knees are open, and you're kind of pulling into the hands as you pull your shoulders down. Open up the chest. And then let's tuck the tailbone. Pull the lowest part of your belly up. Roll through the spine. You're just going to be in that quadruped, and we'll start from the chin. So my knees are wide. I'm going to tuck my chin. Start to round, push into the floor. Start to round the spine. Curl the tailbone toward the forehead as you shift back toward the heels into that child's pose. Start again. Tailbone tucked. Belly is tight. Roll from that lowest part of the spine up through the shoulder blades, head lifts, and tuck the chin, pull the belly in, pull the ribs back. Really try to curl that spine up to the ceiling. And down to the floor. And nice and slow, we're going to come up. Grab your roller. There we go. All right, we got a little oblique warm up. All right. Okay. You have to find the meaty part of your side glute, okay? Not on the bone, the hip bone, not down here on that IT band, unless it feels okay for you. Doesn't feel good. So I'm going up to the side of my butt, okay? I'm gonna come down to my forearm. I'm on my right forearm. You can see, yeah, there you go. I know, figure out where to go, right? And then I really want your hips stacked, okay? So you're gonna try to keep the hips parallel, and you're gonna find that perfect place for you. It's a really funny place to find, it is. With the flex feet, okay, you're on your side hip, you're gonna pull that belly tight, and you're gonna lower the legs and lift and lower. And we're trying to keep the roller still. And you can use that top arm to push into the mat. I want you to lift the ribs. And as you lift those feet, turn on that top sideways. As I'm pointing to it, I fall over. You're trying not to drop the ribs, not yet anyway. And lift and try not to swing. Belly is tight. And we're gonna hold the legs up high, 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 maybe a little higher. Now bottom leg drops, bring it to the top. We are working inner thighs today. Lower down, squeeze up. Keep your belly as tight as you can. Keep the ribs still, don't let them sag down. You're so good. You know you're good at home, right? You're following instructions and not cheating. 2 more. And once you find the place on your hip that feels okay, now bottom leg lifted up, top leg lifts. Squeeze it close. Don't let the toes go up to the ceiling. Keep your belly tight. We'll go for 3 and 2. Toes point forward and 1. And come off the roller. We'll switch sides. Okay. So just a little fun. Once you find the perfect spot for you, it's like really, it's very much dependent on your body. Okay, so finding that meaty part or that hip, kind of where the hip meets the pelvis. Okay, legs are extended. Take that inhale. Try to stack the hips on top of each other and lift and lower. So that top hip, really try to keep it pointed forward, that hip bone. You have those headlights, it will be pointed across the room. Lift with the obliques, don't swing, okay? Exhale up. So for 5, 4, and that flexed feet, but you don't have to. 2, hold the legs up high, hold, 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 engage that belly, lower leg, squeeze it up. Inhale, exhale, take that break if you need it, and drop that bottom leg down if you need to do that. 2, 1, hold it here. Top leg lifts, keeping the rib cage still, hips are still, roller still. You guys look perfect. Toes forward, belly tight. I'll go for 3, 2, and 1. Yes. And come on off that roller. Great job. Let's stretch first. Okay. So I'm going to take the roller. Wake up. Hello, Monday. I was thinking, oh, I'll take it easy. Then I'm like, no, start out your week perfect. Nice work. It'll set the tone for the week. Okay. So we're going to start with roller is in my left hand, left knee is forward, right hand out to the side. Sit up as tall as you can. Try to connect. So you did opposite. Just switch knees. Arm comes up and over as you press the roller away. Now, as you get into your side curl, top rib, try to open up every rib as you push that hip, top hip to the floor. Come on up. We are going to switch that way. Belly is tight. You're pushing the top hip down to the floor as you press the roller out and nice and slow come up. We're going to take the roller in the other half. Stay with the knee bent the way it is. So this is kind of an oppositional stretch. So we're going to take that opposite hand, left hand out, right hand in that roller. And then from here, yes, up and over. I stayed on my same knee. Yes, I did. And come on up. Good. And reach up. Like you're arcing, fingers up to the ceiling and over. Shoulders are lined up over your hips. And we'll switch sides. This will be about as hippie as we get. Hippie is what I mean. Pelvis. Okay, so the roller stays on the same side. You just switch knees. So my right knee is in front, right hand on the roller, left out to that T. Press the roller out. So now you should connect kind of with the lats and maybe that inner arm. Come on up, belly is tight. We'll go over one more time. Big stretch, press that top hip down, lengthen the neck. And come on up, stay with that knee in front, switch sides with the roller. All right. So reaching the opposite, right arm out, left hand on the roller. Up and over. Hips should really stay down for this side. No problem. Just really sink. So feel that upper body and the heaviness and then reach up. I really want you to open up the ribs. And come on up. And all right, so another fun thing to find where this is going to work for you. Okay, so we're going to go into glutes, okay? And then we'll do some stand by. All right, so this roller is really going kind of where the crease, where your leg, hip flexor area, you'll find for you, it can even go more to the top of the thighs where it meets the hip flexor. We're going to lay down on that roller. And this can be intense. Okay. So we'll try to just do this as carefully as we can. Okay. So belly is off the roller. Belly is pulling up. Legs extended. We're on our forearms. I'm going to bring my fingertips forward just like I was doing the forearm plank. Squeeze those glutes together. Pull your belly up. And then just drop the head down as the legs come up. Shoulder blades pull together in the back. And then press up. And you can come off the elbows. And so your legs are heavy. Low back. Don't let it arch. Squeeze those glutes. Pull the belly in. Press the pelvis into that roller. 3. So the back legs are just seesawing up as the chest goes down. Pull those shoulders together in the back. And then press. 2. I know I practiced this, so I know where it goes. Last one. And then lower the forehead. I want you to bend the knees into a froggy and cross ankles. Remember what cross you have, okay? It's important. So from here, I'm going to just bring my hands together, stack them, elbows wide. Drop my head down. Again, belly stays up, upper back and spine does not move. Knees dip. And they lift, but you're pulling the ankles apart, okay? Trying to keep the roller still, the belly tight, and you don't have to go big here if you feel low back. Okay, belly is pulling up as you press the pelvis in and lift those legs. Pull the ankles apart. Forehead can come down to the hands. And inhale as the knees dip. Exhale as you lift. One over 3. Keep that belly tight. Let that pelvis stay as still as you can and connect it to that roller. Here's 2. And 1. Hold them as high as you can. Pull those ankles apart and lift. Tiny. Squeeze it up. Don't swing. Shoulders out. Crossed and switch. Yay. And lower the knees down. Belly tight. Lift and squeeze. We'll be done after maybe 20. And then you're off. A total, baby. Belly. So remember, pull those ankles apart. Squeeze the glutes to lift the knees. Knees and legs are heavy. So for 2. Pull those ankles. That helps engage the outside. Here's your last one. Hold it up. Pull, pull, pull. Belly is tight. Hips are not swinging, just knees lifting. 3, 2, 1. Take a quick break. So set the feet down, press yourself up, and sit back to a child's pose. You can use the roller on the hand. Press away. I'm going to try to press the shoulders to the mat. And roll yourself up. We'll stretch when we're done with this, okay? So we're going to do. I know what to do. Okay. Fine. All right. So roller. Make it parallel with the mat. Bring it more to the front side of your mat wherever you're seated. And then I want you to come to more the back side with the pelvis, so you're kind of away. And then your knee, so I'm on my right hip, my left knee all the way to my ankle connected, okay? I'm gonna come down, rest my head, okay? So much fun. Extend the leg long, we've done this, okay? But we're gonna add on a little bit. So rest that head, crown of the head in line with that tailbone, lift the rib cage from the floor, use those, okay? So bottom leg, just lift it with a point and lower. So you're trying to squeeze those inner thighs together, squeeze it up, trying to press that bottom ankle up to the ceiling. Rib cage stays lifted and pelvis is stacked. And you're not swinging the hips, so that top hip, press it away if you need to remind you, don't let it tip back toward the shoulders as you lift that leg. And 3, and belly is tight. 2, hold it up on 1, tiny little circles. Relax the ankle and the foot, just lift the leg from that inner thigh, okay? 3, 2, 1, reverse for 6. Keep that rib cage still and lifted. Here's 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down with a flex. We're going to start over. We won't do as many reps. Okay? So get yourself organized. Long neck, rested head. Flex the foot. Lift it up. Squeeze those inner thighs like you're trying to touch that bottom inner thigh up to the top. With that flex, lift. And that top leg just resting. Comfortable. 4, 3, 2, hold it up for 1 circle, we'll go for 5. 3, 2, 1, keep the hips still, and another 5, 4, reverse, 3, 2, 1, take a little break, we've got more, okay? I'm really gonna work these today, like you rode a horse all weekend. And you can't walk. All right, so now roller is parallel, or sorry, vertical against your mat. Top foot on that roller. Okay, so I've got the roller under the arch of my foot. My bottom knee is going to be bent. And for me, my shin kind of touches that bottom knee, it touches that roller. You'll find out where it works for you, okay? And then come down. So I don't want you doing this big lifting with the rib cage, okay? So keep it nice and lifted, like you have a little arc there in your rib. Lift that bottom leg with the bent knee up to that top knee. Try to keep that belly as tight as you can. Try to keep that hip as forward as you can, using that low belly and squeezing up. Here's 3 and 2. We'll be walking funny this week. And last one, hold that knee up as high as you can. You're going to extend the leg over the roller and bend, extend and bend, extend, and it doesn't matter if you have a point or a flex. Okay, 2 and 1, hold it here, slide it back, bring it forward. You're skimming the top of that roller. We're almost done. 3 and 2 and 1. There you go. You're done with that. All right, we're switching sides. All right. So now roller is parallel again, and we will stretch after this. So nice, stall if you need to a little bit. Come down with your head rest on the elbow. Top knee and ankle, chin lined up on the top of that roller. Bottom leg pointed, and you want to keep that rib cage lifted, and I'll keep reminding you that's the first thing to go. So my ankle, my foot relax as I lift and lower, trying not to let the hip pull back toward the shoulder. That top hip, you want to keep it still. Belly is tight. Leg is heavy. Think of squeezing those thighs together as you lift that leg. Over 3. And 2. And hold it high, little circles for 6. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 6. Second set will be 5. 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. We're going to add it to that flex now. Okay. So same thing, just with a flex. It makes the leg a little heavy. You have to work a little harder. Lift, lower. So top ankle lifting to the ceiling, like I'm pushing that ankle to the floor as you try to press up against my hand. Exhale. Keep the ribs lifted so you got that oblique working. 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it up. Circles for 5. These are squares for me. 2, 1, and remember the hips. Try to keep them still. Switch directions. 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Yes. Bring that roller under that top foot. So now it's kind of vertical across your mat. Not so top knee bends, knee up to the ceiling, bottom knee. Push it toward that roller, almost toward the shin, maybe is touching or parallel. Bottom shin parallel with that roller. You can push down into the top foot, lift that knee up. Lower it down, and I'm trying to keep space between my ribs, trying to keep my hip from rolling back. Okay, lift. Exhale. Hips are still, belly is tight, shoulders are relaxed, upper neck, upper body relaxed. 3 and 2, push down into that top foot, lift the knee high, extend it over the top of the roller, and back. Extend and back. Extend. 3 and 2 and 1, extend it long, sweep it forward and back. Forward. This is the hardest part. Trying to not let that leg drag on the roller is really hard. 2 and 1 and rest. Bring that roller back parallel against your mat. We're going to stretch. For me, this is a really good. Feels good. So you're going to line that knee up again. So this is the leg we started on. So I'm going to stretch it first. Knee, shin, ankle, bottom leg long, top arm just bent under the head. And then we're going to bring that top arm up, or so bottom arm is resting, head resting. We're going to bring that arm down, palm to the floor as we slide the roller out. Now drop the chest toward the mat. The bottom arm, just let it do what it's doing. Push into the roller as you press it away. And then let's reach that top arm long out to that T, fingertips. And then pull it back, press into the top arm, let the hip shift back. And one more. Press it out. Drop the hips, front side of the belly down to the floor. Press into that top leg and really try to press the pelvis down. And then bring it back. And I'm going to switch sides. So I don't know why I flip around so I face. All right, top knee. So I didn't want to stretch right after you work the leg and to be kind of even. So head resting in that bottom arm, bent elbow, and then top arm, bring it up to that T, and then drop it down to the floor, press the roller out, and just go slow for the first one. So I want you to push the pelvis down to the floor as you press into the roller with that top knee, and then roll it back. Sliding that hand, we'll go one more time. This time, make it big. So front side of the chest presses down to the mat, forehead comes down. Press into that roller, push it away as you press deep pelvis to the floor. And come on up. Good. All right. So I'm going to have you guys bring the roller behind the knees. And you're going to squeeze it with the heels. So you're going to bring the heels as close to the sitting bones as you can. We're just going to do a simple chest lift with no roller yet. So sweep the arms out to the side, bring them up overhead, support your head. Try to keep those elbows wide and try to keep your spine as still as you can. So that'll make this lift a little bit smaller. So you're going to tuck the chin to the chest, look down to the belly. Try not to pull on the head. Keep your belly tight. So think of reaching crown of the head to the wall behind you, up and over to the ceiling as you tuck your And then roll it down. So it's small. We're not letting that low back compress or push down into that mat unless you feel low back tension, then imprint. So your heels are close to the butt, you're kind of squeezing into the roller. And I want you to feel that lowest part of the belly. You're trying to warm that up. And we'll go for 2. And roll it down. We're just going to take the roller right underneath that center part of your pelvis, okay? And we're going to work a lot on the spinal and pelvis stability. So you're not going to let that hip roll back and forth or tip. You can hold on to the roller. You can go the edges or across the top, trying to keep that roller still. And then you got to find that perfect center in that back side of the pelvis, okay? So belly is tight. I'm going to start marching just on my right leg. Okay, try to keep your shoulders relaxed, belly tight as you lift leg up to tabletop. Hips are not moving. If you need to put your fingertips on your hips, just the right side. And exhale. So keep the leg heavy. Don't let that thigh or quad kick in. Okay, belly is tight, so I don't want you to feel hip flexors. But you also don't have to go all the way to the floor with it. So if you feel the arch happening in that low back, you're probably going too far. And we'll walk it through. And keep that belly as tight as you can. Here's 2. And last one. And set that foot down on the floor. We're going to go for a total of 10. So get yourself organized. Parallel pelvis with the floor. Lift the left side up. Just to that tabletop. Keep your belly pulling down like you're pulling it into the roller. Okay, leg is heavy, belly is working. Let's feel a warm up here. A little bit. Yes. Low back, don't let it tense. So don't go big if you feel like it's kicking in there. Okay, ribs are tight. And I lost one count. There's 2. And last one. Hold that leg in tabletop. Bring the other leg up to match. Now we're going to just step alternating. So I want you to go really small, maybe a foot down. We'll start with the right knee. Just keep the shape of the tabletop and then pull it up on an exhale. Left knee, inhale down, tighten the belly as you draw it up. I want you to feel like that belly is what's bringing that leg up to a tabletop. And we'll alternate. So just go as big as you feel like you can maintain that spinal stability and that pelvis is not tipping back and forth. Okay. 3. Well, there's your first set of 3. Belly is tight. And then here comes our set 2. Inhale. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. And here's last set. Drop it down. Good. Pause here. So for this one, you're going to let your knees curl into the chest and hold on to your roller and just curl that spine. Relax. Let the knees just rest on or toward the chest. And then bring those legs back to tabletop. So you can keep space between your knees. For some reason, I always close up my knees. Why? So reorganize if you need to shift around on that roller. Both knees tabletop, arms wrapped around that roller. Chin tucked, neck relaxed, shoulders open. Dip both toes down. And just start small. Everyone always thinks big is better. It really isn't. Concentrate on that connection to the belly. Don't swing the legs. Inhale down. And take that break if you need to. Pelvis still. Belly pulling down. Ribs are staying still, pulling together. So use that sideways. Pull it in to the center of the body. Shoulders, don't forget, relax. And we'll make this 2. And last. And we're going to pause here, draw the knees into the chest, relax. Let the spine curl down to the mat. Take any tension out. As you breathe, try to relax the spine a little bit more. Knees are heavy toward the chest and just resting. and then back to tabletop. Okay, organize again, shoulders open, ribs pulling together, chest wide, shoulders wide, tabletop the legs. Dip the toes down, pause halfway maybe, extend the legs long, flex the feet, bring them up, and then back to tabletop. Inhale, dip. Don't worry about how far you go. Extend, flex, draw them up. If the pelvis can't stay still, don't bring the legs up so high. Extend, flex, inhale, dip, extend, flex, and up. Extend, flex, up. Don't worry about how low the legs go. I don't want you to feel that hip shifting at all, or the belly kind of popping up, ribs popping up. And if you feel like you need that break, dip the knees toward the chest. Oh, have fun. And last one, have fun. Yes, that's the wrong thing to say. Let the knees come into the chest and relax the spine.
Enjoy that.
Knees are just resting comfortable on the chest. And then feet to the floor. Take the roller up to that upper. All right, so we're going back to the middle of the shoulder blade, okay? And then we're gonna bridge. Okay, so, all right, just to relax. All right, so finding the middle of the shoulder blades, they're nice and wide on that roller, nice and open, elbows wide. Let the head rest in that, in the hand. And then let yourself open up over the top of the roller, but don't let the ribs pop open. And now we're going to curl the spine down to the mat as we lift the chin. We may go to the tip of the shoulder blades. Inhale over. Try to keep the ribs tight. Exhale. So it's not that resting point as you go over. You're pulling the ribs together. Exhale. Pull the spine down to the mat. Let the tailbone curl. And big expansion over from that upper back, not popping out the ribs, not pulling on the head. So free. Kind of a stretch as we go over the top, along with the neck, chin tucks. Here's your last one. And come on up to a seated. We're going to take that roller, place it behind the ankle. So kind of on the Achilles, legs are going straight. We're going to roll ourselves down on the mat. We're going to bring our arms along beside us and try to keep that roller kind of right in that little curve where the heel and the ankle behind the heel. So from here, you're going to push the feet down into the roller as you lift the pelvis up. Keep the shoulders open, press up. It's not big, by the way. Lower it down. Lift and squeeze it up and lower it down. So I want you to feel like you're lifting where the ankles, hips, and shoulders kind of make that diagonal, and you're flat on the front side. Exhale. Belly is tight, shoulders open. 3 and 2 and 1. Lower it down. Bring the roller in, maybe halfway, so knees are bent. And then we're going to take our knees, bring them together, feet together, ankles together. You'll find the place. The outside of the foot is going to rest on the roller. You're opening up the knees to a big butterfly position. Okay, you're going to pull your belly tight. So this is a really big hip opener, but it's also glutes. Palms are down, shoulders wide. You're going to press the feet together and then lift the pelvis up. So I want you to feel like you're lifting while you're pushing the feet, and you're not putting the pressure into the outside of the foot as much as you're pushing those feet together. Keep the belly pulling away from that pelvis. Away. So lowest part of the belly pulling up. Squeeze the glutes to lift. Press the feet together. And 5. And 4. Breathe, shoulders relax. Push those feet together. There's two. Get those inner thighs or the backside hamstrings, sorry. And last one, hold it up. Hold, hold, hold. Keep your belly tight. Push the feet together. Press. Press that tiny press. Maybe it's 2 inches. Push the feet together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees together. Set the roller aside. We're going to stretch. All right. So this is a kind of a form of dropping the knees, but we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Okay. So knees together, feet, ankles, shins together. We're going to drop the knees down. And if the bottom knee touches the floor, that's totally fine. If it doesn't, open those shoulders. Try to rest the front of the chest. Really try to pull those shoulders apart. And then take that bottom hand, the bottom hand that's behind the knees that are pulled in towards you, and take it on the top knee. Draw the knee in, press it gently to the floor, and then draw it in as close as you want, using that bottom arm to open up that part that you just want. Big stretch, knee pulling in, shoulders are open and flat on the mat. Turn the head opposite. Come back to center. Bring the knees together. Float the knees up. Bring them back into the chest. Let them just fall into the chest. And if this doesn't feel good, feet can go to the floor. Otherwise, we're going to dip the other way. Remember those shoulders. Once you get down as low as you feel comfortable, try to relax. Let those shoulders open up. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the chin, the head. Bottom arm here, my knees are to the left. My left arm is going to take that top knee. And just draw it gently toward the chest of the body. Pull it up maybe higher toward the head if that feels good. And gently press it down. Let the head turn opposite. Try to let that spine kind of spiral. And then back to center. Feet are going to rest on the floor. We're going to extend those legs long. Hands are long beside us. Let's float the arms up to the ceiling. Pull those shoulders to the mat. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, chin to chest. Pull the ribs. Pull the belly deep. Reach for those toes. Roll up. And we're going to forward fold over those legs. And stretch them out. And try to let the spine open. So we're trying to create space between every vertebrae. With every breath, let the head kind of relax a little deeper toward the floor. I want you to feel the head heavy, the back side of the neck. And then just turn the head side to side. But no work here. Just kind of feel like the head is just hanging. You're just tipping or turning chin side to side. And then find your center. Go a little deeper if you want. Pull into the feet, the ankles, and then stack the spine. Roll yourself up. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to bring my feet together. Okay, and then I'm going to extend one leg out after this little butterfly. So I'm going to pull on my toes, sit up tall. Hands can come to the shin. Legs can extend farther, whatever feels good. I'm going to just open those feet. You want to press them with the hands, sit up tall, and pulling my toes with my hands, pulling my shoulders down. Feel my sitting bones. Now we're going to take the right leg, extend it out. So left knee stays or left leg bent where it is. We're going to rotate toward that extended leg, bring our arms out to a T. So reach, reach, reach those fingers apart, shoulders, collarbone wide, bring the arms up to the ceiling and forward fold over that leg. So leg can be external if you want to feel kind of more of a different stretch, or you can go parallel and maybe feel more hamstrings in your thigh. And then rebuild the spine, we'll switch sides. We'll bring that leg in, extend the opposite leg out, bring the arms to that T, rotate toward that leg, widen the shoulders, pull the belly tight, bring the arms up, forward fold over that leg. This is my terrible tight side. So I'm going parallel with my foot. I'm going to rotate it to kind of an external. And then rebuild that spine. And you guys are finished.